PSG lifted the UEFA Super Cup after a 2-1 win over Aston Villa, while both Manchester United and Arsenal won their friendly matches on penalties, and Real Madrid beat Deportivo 1-0 in preseason. And this is your daily football news. PSG beat Aston Villa 2-1 to win UEFA Super Cup. Paris Saint-Germain have beaten Aston Villa 2-1 at the Red Bull Arena in Salzburg to win the 2026 UEFA Super Cup. Luis Enrique's side opened the scoring in the 20th minute when Kavica Kvaratskhelia finished decisively into the near corner. Aston Villa responded just before half-time, with their young talent scoring a left-footed volley to make it 1-1. PSG regained the lead in the 61st minute when Desiree Doué broke through close to the offside line before curling a left-footed effort beyond the goalkeeper. Aston Villa pushed for another equalizer but could not find a way through. The victory gives PSG their second UEFA Super Cup title, adding another trophy to their recent success under Luis Enrique. Manchester United beat Leeds on penalties. Manchester United have defeated Leeds United on penalties after the two sides drew 1-1 in a preseason friendly. Joshua Zirkzee gave United the lead in the 16th minute after receiving an assist from Brian Mbeumo. Leeds responded before halftime with Brendan Aronson scoring the equalizer. There were opportunities for both teams after the break, but neither side managed to find another goal. Michael Carrick also gave a young player the opportunity to make his debut, while Youri Tielemans made his second appearance for Manchester United. With the match still level, the result had to be decided by a penalty shootout. Bruno Fernandes missed his attempt, but Altay Bayindir saved Harry Wilson's effort before Noussair Mazraoui converted the decisive penalty. United eventually won the shootout 5-4. Arsenal beat Como on penalties. Arsenal have finished their preseason campaign with a 4-3 penalty shootout victory over Como after the teams drew 1-1 at the Emirates. Arsenal opened the scoring after Como goalkeeper Pau Lopez made a mistake, allowing the Gunners to take the lead. Como responded before halftime when Martin Baturina found the equalizer. Bruno Guimaraes made his Arsenal debut in the second half and impressed with an eye-catching tackle. Both teams created further opportunities, but neither could find a winning goal during normal time. David Raya was particularly important for Arsenal, making 2 saves to deny Jesus Rodriguez late in the match. The game therefore went to penalties, where Raya became the hero again by saving attempts from Ivan Sunic and Alvaro Morata. Christos Solis then scored the decisive penalty. Arsenal will face Manchester City in the Community Shield on August 16th. Real Madrid beat Deportivo 1-0. Real Madrid have defeated Deportivo La Coruña 1-0 in a preseason friendly, with Brahim Diaz scoring the only goal of the match. The 27-year-old midfielder found the net in the 46th minute with a low finish that beat goalkeeper Leo Roman. The result means Jose Mourinho's side continue their unbeaten run during preparations for the new season. Real Madrid started with 2 new signings, Bernardo Silva and Denzel Dumfries, while Carlos Forbes came on after halftime. However, the Spanish Giants were missing several important players, including Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, Ángel Correa, Ferland Mendy and Ibrahima Konate. Those players remained at Valdebebas to continue training. Real Madrid will now face Schalke on August 16th before beginning their La Liga campaign against Espanyol. Tielemans ready for 60-game season. Manchester United midfielder Youri Tielemans has expressed strong confidence ahead of the new season after joining the club for a reported £35 million. The 29-year-old Belgian says he has fully recovered from the injury he suffered at the World Cup and believes he is physically ready to play as many as 60 matches under manager Michael Carrick. Tielemans is also excited by Carrick's football philosophy, particularly the emphasis on possession and pressing. The midfielder is expected to play an important role in central midfield and faces expectations surrounding his ability to help replace Casemiro. However, Tielemans has remained calm about those demands and is focused on showing his best qualities on the pitch. After completing his recovery, he now wants to establish himself as an important player at Old Trafford and contribute fully to Manchester United's plans for the new season. Newcastle manager remains optimistic. Newcastle manager Matthias Gisel remains optimistic about the club's future despite major changes to the squad. Newcastle have recently lost several important figures, including Bruno Guimaraes, Sandro Tonali and Anthony Gordon, while Eddie Howe has also left his position as manager. Speaking at a press conference, Gisel explained that the ambition of the Newcastle project was one of the main reasons he accepted the job. However, he also admitted that the club will need time to rebuild following the departures. Gisel acknowledged that the players who left possessed significant quality, experience and personality, meaning their absence will inevitably create major gaps within the squad. Despite that, he believes the remaining players must quickly step up and accept greater responsibility. The manager is now focused on building a new Newcastle side and believes the team can move forward by working together and creating a new identity. Barcelona's starlet suffers serious injury. Barcelona have confirmed that Rooney Bargi suffered a serious injury to his right knee during training on August 10. The Swedish forward has been diagnosed with a torn ligament and is likely to undergo surgery, meaning he could be sidelined for several months. The injury also puts his plans for finding a new club on hold. Before the injury, Barcelona manager Hansi Flick had told the 20-year-old that he should consider leaving Camp Nou during the summer because his chances of competing regularly for the first team were limited. The latest setback makes that situation even more difficult. Bargi has also suffered a similar injury in the past, having torn a ligament while playing for Copenhagen in 2024. He now faces another lengthy period of treatment and rehabilitation as he attempts to return to football and continue his development. Germany keep 50+1 rule. German football will continue operating under the 50+1 ownership rule after Germany's Federal Cartel Office confirmed that the regulation remains compatible with the law. Under the system, outside investors cannot hold more than 49% control of professional football clubs. The rule has long been a defining feature of German football because it limits the possibility of one individual or organization taking complete control of a club. However, 50+1 has also faced opposition from some clubs who argue that it makes attracting major outside investment more difficult. RB Leipzig has previously been one of the clubs involved in debates surrounding the regulation. Despite those concerns, the latest decision means the 50+1 system will remain in place for the foreseeable future. German football will therefore continue under a model designed to protect club control while limiting the influence that external investors can have over professional teams. Calvin Phillips returns to Sheffield United. Calvin Phillips' future at Manchester City remains uncertain after the England midfielder officially joined Sheffield United on loan for the upcoming season. This is now the fourth loan spell Phillips has had since joining Manchester City from Leeds United for £42.5 million in 2022. His time at City has been difficult, and he has struggled to establish himself in the first team. His situation became even harder during the second half of last season at Bramall Lane, where he suffered a serious knee injury. Despite those problems, Sheffield United manager Chris Wilder remains confident in Phillips and was keen to bring him back. Phillips is also determined to return in his best physical condition and finish the work he believes remains unfinished. With 2 years still remaining on his Manchester City contract, the midfielder now has another opportunity to rebuild his fitness and attempt to revive his career. Netherlands consider Roberto Martinez. The Netherlands Football Association are considering Roberto Martinez as a potential replacement for Ronald Koeman following the 2026 World Cup. Technical director Nigel de Jong has held direct talks with the former Portugal manager as the Dutch Federation searches for its next coach. The situation developed after leading domestic candidates Arne Slot and Erik ten Hag both withdrew from consideration. If Martinez takes the job, he would become the first foreign coach to manage the Netherlands in almost half a century. Since Ernst Happel in 1978, Martinez has strong coaching experience and has worked with several international teams, but his potential appointment would still raise questions because of the Netherlands' traditional preference for coaches from their own football culture. The Dutch Federation now has to decide whether Martinez is the right person to lead the national team into its next era after Koeman. And that wraps up your football breaking news for the past 24 hours. All the most exciting updates from the football world will be continuously updated on Offside News. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.